Joe, we know that you were posted to India in the late 60s, and you were also posted to South Africa. And you have gone on record to say that these were two of your favorite foreign postings in your entire career. And you have written books both about South Africa and about India now. When you decided to write a book set in India or about a set of South Asian themes, why in particular did you choose the figure or the character or the persona of Gandhi?
I lived in a very different India. I lived in a very different South Africa from the ones that exist today. Gandhi, because of the way his life fell out, linked the two countries. That was convenient for me as a writing motif. There was an angle that was always there in all the Gandhi books that are about Mahatma Gandhi and his struggle for India, of which there are legion. And that's was the angle about his struggle with India for a set of social values and an ideal of social justice that somehow came to him, I think you have to say, mainly in South Africa. People who are disappointed in the social evolution of these societies and not necessarily gratified by five-star hotels and you know, big luxury developments, and not to mention 26-story one-family houses. Gandhi's the obvious person for them to return to.
No, was he a tough nut for you to crack? I mean, were there things about him that, beyond a point, in a way, you just actually could not relate to?
Well, yes, lots. I'm not a religious person. I have minimal interest, you know, I try to eat sensibly, but I have minimal interest in nutritional doctrines. Even less interest in mud packs and you know, all the things that were built into the daily texture of his life, and I won't even get into the celibacy business, but I can't easily assess the spiritual side of Gandhi because it's a very interesting kind of religion that he professed. I mean, he tried to make it sound like an Orthodox Hindu position, but his definition of every Hindu term he used was different from everyone else's. He's hard to pin down, and he's changing all the time. Gandhi was a work in progress till the day he was shot.
There were suggestions that your book ought not be sold in the state of Gujarat. Ostensibly, the reason was that you know, it was somehow not respectful enough of the father of the nation.
Some people were bewildered and possibly offended by the tone of the book, and bought the argument that's been advanced by Rajmohan Gandhi that my whole purpose, whatever I say about what I was intending to do in the book, is to diminish Gandhi. I didn't think about it that way at all when I was sitting in New York writing it. I thought the book might be controversial in India because here's a foreigner lecturing Indians on what Gandhi might have meant for India, and telling them that India was that India had disappointed the father of the nation. It seems to be a given in India that this is not a Gandhian society. People hear my phrases differently from the way I heard them in my head. I stand by them, but I'm perhaps more sensitive to that reaction than I was at the time I was writing.
But I'd be curious, since you have been in India, you know, at least over the last few weeks, and probably earlier with the book, what your own reading is of the Anna movement.
He's plainly not a Gandhi. I mean, either in his level of expression or his force of personality, and it's a little hard to imagine Gandhi talking about the importance of slapping people in order to get their attention in a village, or